Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Aspiring Entrepreneur and our daily stock recap. It is Tuesday, January 26th. And again, we had just an awesome day of trading. I hope you guys had a great day. It's very exciting. Just a lot of opportunity. I think the one that we're all talking about is GME. I mean, I said yesterday on the record that I didn't think it was going to be 150. I thought there were just a lot of people gambling. And then out of nowhere, we just had a ton of sort of big cats, I would call them fat cats, that came in and just said, I'm long GME, I'm long GME. And they were buying calls. I think Citron actually said that they were going to not short. They recommended not shorting GME. And as of this recording of the aftermarket, I think we're up at like 185. So again, my play's been selling puts out of the money, $40, $50, $60 puts for Friday expiration. It's probably the easiest money you honestly can make in the market right now. Let them expire worthless, or you can cover them for profit. Whatever your game plan is, whatever your risk plan is, everything we talk about on this channel, of course, is just for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial planner, so anything I say, please do obey your risk. But selling puts has been sort of my big play each day, with GameStop, going up 100 plus. So sort of, thinking about a price point, if it ever did tank to a value of, let's say, 60 or 50 bucks, a price point that you'd feel comfortable potentially owning shares. So with that said, let's just jump right into our daily recap with Apple. And so Apple today was up, just a little bit. It was trading more or less flat. So it came up around 144.30 cents and a low of 141.37. And you can see that there was this big sort of after hours jump. And now it doesn't actually report earnings till tomorrow, but Microsoft reported solid earnings. And so this could have just been purely a play based on the fact that Microsoft and now AMD, a lot of these plays have now beat earnings. So it might just be, anticipating. Now keep in mind that last time we had earnings with Apple, it tanked significantly down to the 109, 108 range. So you want to just be careful, just making sure that the iPhone, which accounts for over 50% of Apple's revenue, is in line with expectations, which I expect it is. But you guys can also see that we've already had this sort of run up from 130 all the way up to 145. So how much more can we go on solid earnings? Again, a lot of the price targets based on analysts are up here in the 150s and 160s. But just be cautious. Unlike AMD, which I played today, AMD is not trading at all-time highs, and it has room to move. When you're trading at all-time highs, guys, a lot of times that could be anticipating solid earnings. So just be careful with that if you are trading Apple. Like I said, it was sideways, but you can tell that the 142 has been a solid support level for the stock. And then, of course, we had this resistance yesterday around 145 before we had this sort of flash crash that we talked about yesterday. So again, if I was to dip by Apple 142, and again, Apple's something we always say you should go long and not trade. I didn't trade Apple today personally, but like I said, if you're dip buying 142, and again, if you're not in Apple, I would definitely encourage you to let the earnings to get digested, let it settle down. There's no reason to be jumping in front of a moving train, whether it's short or long, and wait till the dust settles and then get into a position. Okay. And then the next stock, Tesla, we talked about it on our Sunday night update video that it was getting kind of boring and trading sideways. And then we finally yesterday had this sort of momentum up to 900, which was awesome. And again, same thing today. We held some key levels here. So right here around 872, I did see this as a potential long. I was distracted with several other tickers, so I also did not trade Tesla, which is something I normally do trade once a day. But you can see that, when we obviously were holding the 800 level very well, this was definitely a sign that we weren't going to fail, because normally what would happen is you'd have maybe 2 or 3 days of consolidation. You may have some type of retracement to really find where the buyers come in, where the volume jumps. We really didn't have a lot of volume these last few days compared to where we were leading up to the S&P inclusion. And then all of a sudden we finally were able to break out of that 865, which was this resistance right here that we had identified in the red around 865. And so once we broke through that, you can see the high volume that came in yesterday. We've been able to hold this level. So again, everyone wants to see Tesla to 1,000, so we may get that wish sooner than later. So again, the key level here for the bounce would obviously be anything in the 860s. And then at this point, like I said, the upper resistance is going to be right around $900. So once we can break $900, then it's off to the races, to new all-time highs. And like I said, I could easily see this get into the mid-nines within the next few weeks. Okay. And with that said, let's just jump right in to Palantir, which of course has its demo day as we are speaking. And so Palantir, was more or less sideways, which I expected. We had this huge move from 25 all the way up to 33 on Friday. And then we gapped all the way up to 39 at open yesterday. And then we sold off on that crash. And we actually landed perfectly on our sort of soft support of 29.50. And then we traded sideways today, really in a $2 range, which is more typical of what we're probably accustomed to at Palantir. We've obviously gotten so used to, like $2 swings even for a $20 stock is a lot. And so for today, it sort of calmed down, and we're expecting the demo day. And hopefully if they announce, new contracts, more exciting news, more catalyst for the stock, I could definitely see us retesting highs up in the $38 to $40 range tomorrow. Again, if this is sort of a sell the news event, which a lot of times these things are, I can definitely see a retest here of $32. And again, another retest of potentially $29.50 as my risk. We said the ultimate, go heavy is $27.50. Again, I don't see that, considering all of the sort of volume that's come in the last few days and the longs holding their position. But like I said, if I were to dip by, definitely $29.50 and $32 are the levels that I'm looking for a push to $38.40. And then again, before we see some more sideways action. Okay, so again, we were pretty much flat. Again, we traded 36.87 as low as 34.32. It's like I said, about a 250 range, nothing that exciting. And then of course the last stock, which is on everyone's radar, and it just hit 200 as of the recording of this video, is this thing that just won't stop, which is GameStop. And so yesterday I mentioned that there was just a lot of these YOLO folks out there that were holding on to positions at 150, and now they're essentially down 50, 60 points. And I mentioned that, again, I get it, you can make money, you can throw your dice and you can make money, but it is a gambling play. You can maybe buy 5, 10, 15 shares, whatever you're comfortable with, but these plays are really just super risky. And it's hard to know that, this short squeeze, when something goes vertical and parabolic and it gets squeezed like that and obviously comes right back down, kind of had a lot of those today, but we've held well on this 15-minute chart on the fast moving SMA line. And you can see quickly that basically that in just this video, we've gone from 200 to like 215. So this thing is unstoppable. I mean, it's just going to keep going up. And, the goal, I think, ultimately is to get to $1,000 is what I believe people are going for. So again, with GameStop, it's purely a momentum play. It's a short squeeze. There's a lot of people behind the momentum. I personally am selling puts, again, just like I mentioned earlier in the video, out of the money for Friday expiration. It's a safe play. You get credits, people pay you. And like I said, if you want to play the key levels here, really it was holding up in the $80 to $90 range pretty well. You can see this level here at $80 was pretty well. And now you can see, again, we're just getting this massive squeeze upward, very overbought. And, again, if it's something that you're into and you want to join that sort of YOLO group, you can. But like I said, for myself, I like to just play more on the safe side with these types of plays, because you can also lose a lot of money. So again, the key level here would just basically buying something in the 80-90, which it's based in for a few days now. And you can see we had some resistance here at 75, which I mentioned yesterday pre-market. I saw we sort of broke that level, and we've sort of held that level. Okay, so with that said, guys, I actually do still know people who are trying to short the stock and trying to find the top. Not worth it. Definitely please obey your risk management plan. With that said, guys, if you have any questions on comments on something you traded today or anything in general, just let me know. Post it below. I do respond to all the comments. And if you did enjoy this video, please do hit that like button. It does help our channel. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.